Good afternoon and welcome to the presentation of the business from the Board of Directors of Gemfremy Group, which was hosted on Monday, October 26th of 2020. My name is Oleg Lipovetsky and I will be translating on behalf of all the speakers today. Alexander Kachanovsky speaking. Good afternoon, dear colleagues and friends, and today we have a conference during which we will be discussing our latest news and developments as well as our business. Firstly, let's get to the presentation of our business that will discuss its core notions, our future goals and perspectives, as well as current updates. Firstly, I wanted to discuss what we are doing and the new era of opportunities that we are currently in. The changes may throw someone off of their path of development, however, any crisis like such is also an opportunity and a new chance to work even harder and find a way out of such a situation, emerging very much victorious. Moreover, today's situation is different from 2008 as everyone has simultaneously switched over to digital notions and are living online, spending practically all of their time living digitally, surrounded by IT products and technology. Our answer to the current situation in the world is our product, Gemfremy Messenger with its built-in global commercial and market space platform. While the Messenger portion provides the ability of uninterrupted communication via text, audio and video, streaming, screen sharing, sending any types of files, and even starting your own info channel. While the market space portion also offers a simple and free creation of stores for one-time sales for individual entrepreneurs and for small and medium-sized companies as well as for large companies, and you can do so in any country of the world. Moreover, we are introducing numerous new functions to our application that will be used by hundreds of millions of users all over the world, while some will be shareholders of this application. The world has now changed the most it ever did in such a short period of time, and it will never be the same. Interest and demand towards digital applications and platforms meant for communicating and online commerce will grow rapidly. Consequently, their values will also grow, and we are confident that Project Gemfremy MarketSpace will enter the stage of rapid growth and major demand in the nearest time. As the result, our project offers for those people who are looking for ways to earn in this rapidly changing world and current events the fact of path for users all over the world that will be using our application, while some will own shares of it. Currently, we have more than 26,000 shareholders of MarketSpace, and all of those shareholders will receive profits from the application's sale. As our business is venture investments in creation of a modern messenger with global commercial and financial platform on amazing conditions for an investor, the ability to become a shareholder of a prospective company. This is a truly unique capability as based on the examples of venture investments, the profitability margins on this market sector are simply astronomical, thousands and dozens of thousands % profitability rates. Such examples of profitability from venture projects of 21st century are well known and are in the news over the past decade or so, and here are the examples of known venture projects in our sector, the IT sector of the market. All these projects were also financed by someone and they generated profits for them. They also had investors, although the market of venture investments is very strict and secluded, not available for common investors as only investors with million-dollar investments and more can participate in such projects. It is of no question that the situation is of much strain on everyone, and yet there are two types of reactions. First one being that people fall into a state of panic and stop doing anything, and those who see any crisis as the best possible time to accomplish certain notions that would otherwise be very hard to accomplish when everything is normal. I wanted to discuss what we are doing in the new era of opportunities that we are now in. To demonstrate such notions, I've prepared the example of Dow Jones Industrial Index that works with stocks of the largest companies on the New York Stock Exchange. The graph depicted here starts in the early 1980s. While crises and recessions do occur, you can see that today's crisis brought Dow Jones Index down by 37%. While on the other hand, the crisis that happened in 2007 was much stronger, as back then the index decreased by half from 14 to 7,000 points. At the time, there was a lot of commotion, lots of losses and bankruptcies, and yet at the same time, life did not stop there and the world did not stop. As you can see, here are a few examples of the digital world from back then. Business did not stop, and with such notions emerging as the Avito marketplace, which is now worth $4 billion, which started in 2007 when the crisis just began. Tinkoff, the first and largest digital bank that does not have a single branch, was launched in 2008 amidst the peak of the economic crisis, and 2009 was the most difficult year for the economy, and yet, during the time, WhatsApp, Viber, and Instagram were all started, which are now all billion-dollar worth ventures nowadays. And Snapchat was launched in 2010, while its most recent IPO of 2017 totaled $25 billion. Consequently, regardless of the toughness of today's situation, life does not stop. New companies start and begin their developments nonetheless. These changes may throw someone off of their path of development. However, any crisis like such is an opportunity and a new chance to work even harder and find a way out of this situation, emerging very much victorious. Today's situation is different from 2008 as everyone is switching over to digital notions and are living online constantly. We are creating a global gem for me ecosystem that will connect merchants and sellers with consumers and will allow them to effectively communicate with one another. The platform will allow to receive a large amount of information regarding the required products and services, reviews and ratings all in one place, which is very convenient and will save lots of valuable time. As the result, it will drastically increase the value of market-based platform, and we are building an ecosystem. And when such ecosystems are purchased, it is not the IT code that is in its foundation, but rather the users with their behavioral information and behavioral patterns. User information is very expensive, while we are developing a platform with a wide range of functionalities which are essential for a large amount of users, which leads to the services and products becoming less pricey and more affordable, which also leads to more new users, creating a snowball effect of some sort. Additionally, all of these users exhibit their own individual behavioral patterns which are very valuable and only continue to increase in value today. The application will be sold not at a certain time, but rather when the whole platform achieves a certain amount of users, services, and is completed. We see our marketplace as a distinct advantage, as currently more and more people are making purchases online, and a marketplace is a service and a platform that is substituting e-commerce due to it being a universal block platform uniting merchants and buyers. It is also a new concept of marketing, offering bidirectional commerce, and a buyer holds real power due to the ability of making a choice. Moreover, the E-commerce Research Foundation found that marketplaces will conduct up to 50% of sales volumes in the nearest 4 years, and overall, marketplaces are the next evolutionary step of e-commerce. Currently, a whole revolution of platforms is undergoing in the world as these platforms are generating value for its users. The more users a platform has, the cheaper services on the platform are, which attracts even more users as the result of a snowball effect. Platforms do not produce any products, but rather they simply unite and combine a large amount of people, which create value for the platform in return. Additionally, marketplace platforms generate very large monetary volumes and earnings for its users. For instance, Amazon charges 17% from each transaction, eBay charges 10 to 12%, and AliExpress charges annual rent fees per store hosted on the platform. Furthermore, our application also has its own uniqueness and advantages over other competitors on the market today. Firstly, the dynamic of growth of our users of our application has grown from 1 to 12 million of current users today. As of today, we have more than 12 million of users of our application all over the world, and we are confident that this year the amount of users will grow drastically due to the completion of the technological development and the launch of regional marketplaces all over the world. Moreover, another major depiction of our application's accomplishments is the fact that we conduct regular valuations of our application by independent auditing companies, and the most recent valuation of June 2020 totaled $464 million. Our application has multiplied its value by 10 times over the course of 3 years as we continue moving towards attaining our major goals. Moreover, after extensive verifications and audits by a European regulator, Market-Space Solutions OU placed its Eurobonds on the European branch of Nasdaq platform in June of 2019. The bonds serve as a financing tool of the project by institutional and qualified investors. Our main developer is Synesis, which is very well known in the IT world with its digital creations worth billions of dollars, some of which include the Viber Messenger and Playtika gaming platform. And lastly, one of the most important advantages of ours is the fact that we operate in the niche that has only 2 competitors currently, where apart from us is only the WeChat Messenger, which is limited to operating strictly within China, while our Gem4Me platform can be used globally all over the world. The core advantage of ours is that we created a legal structure that allows for investors with minor amounts to participate in a major venture project. Our detailed roadmap for both the Messenger portion and Market-Space depicts our progress as well as what functionalities and capabilities will be introduced in the coming releases. As you can see, we've already accomplished a lot over the course of this year, while having this many new notions in our application allows to establish a solid foundation for future of our platform. One of the most important advantages of ours is the fact that we are not offering for you to finance a new product with unknown perspectives, but rather we are offering for you to finance the continuance of development of the application that is already valued at $465 million and has already been installed by 12 million people all over the world. And lastly, one of the most important advantages of ours is the fact that we operate in a niche that only has 2 competitors currently. Apart from us is the WeChat Messenger, which is only operating in China. A few words regarding the technological portion of the application, as the core technological notions will be completed in 2020, while we are also expecting to launch the first 2 regional marketplaces in the United States and in Russia, with continuous introductions of new regions of the world shortly. As the result, the year of 2020 will be the final year of creating our application. However, unfortunately, we cannot predict how much our application will be worth at the end, although we can anticipate its value by monitoring the world's current events and comparing our application to other competitors and their current values. On average, the value of a global messenger nowadays is about $30 billion. While marketplaces can be worth between $100 billion to now $1 trillion. Therefore, by developing not just a messenger but rather a messenger with a marketplace, we are transferring to a much more valuable market sector. Additionally, our team has already prepared introduction of our Market-Space platform in the key regions of the world, while the North American region being fully able to use now and process payments on our platform is already available. Europe and CIS countries will be added shortly, while there are still many regions available for our platform to join and unleash itself over. The world is very segmented nowadays, making it more complicated to operate for one entity all over the world seamlessly, which is why we are creating localized Market-Space branches for each particular region of the world. Our generous referral program is an essential part of our project, as it allows for our partners to earn and receive great monetary rewards by helping promote our application while it is being developed. However, it is also important to note that every venture project has its advantages and also disadvantages. Each venture project is a risk, although the potential earnings that they can yield are very high. We are also unable to announce the exact timeframes for when the project will be completed. However, the generous referral program allows to earn while our project is being finalized. And lastly, we cannot guarantee profitability, although we can base our predictions based on our competitors, as well as our application is already valued at $465 million, depicting that we are very much on the right path. In conclusion, our application is already too big to fail. The platform is integrated all over the world and is used in 163 countries today, while it is also continuously growing and receiving new functionalities that are in demand in the modern world. And on this note, I would like to thank you for your time.